Well, I just headed out to work this morning. Guy decided to come down my yard, look for something to eat. Squirrel! Look at that apricot tree. Spring is here. Forsythia should pop out next. It's about the first thing to bloom in the ornamentals. Around here anyway. We finished our cherries yesterday, and we moved into our first apple job today. And I misspoke in a video the other day. I was talking about a particular variety. You know, that may have been yesterday's video. I called it a pina colada. It's not. It's called a piñata. It might have been a Freudian slip. I don't know. Anyway, that's what it is. We're going to be taking those off, and putting on ambrosia. But we're not going to do that until next year. Anyway, I had comments when I first started doing the cherry grafting videos about comments. People said it looked like I was really wasting a lot of wood. And cherry wood just does not yield a lot. But as you can see, apple wood, you get a lot more yield from apple wood. And it's smaller. I don't even use electric clippers on apple wood. Cherry wood's so big, makes it a lot easier, but these work fine for apple wood. I always cut this crook off because where this crook is, the way it grows, the grain's going to be really tight, really dense in that area, and you just can't hardly cut through it with a knife. But I just cut that really hard part off. And I still leave a little there just to give Victor a little challenge, you know, but anyway, get rid of that hardwood. Plum wood is extremely hard. That's the hardest wood to cut that I've done grafting. If you want to Google this variety, this is a new one. It is to be grown exclusively in Washington State. It's developed by the Washington State University. It's called a Cosmic Crisp. And this is about the first year that they've been able to get trees. It came out about 2 years ago, and it takes a little while for the nurseries to grow the trees. This was the first year that this client was able to get graft wood of this variety. Boy, they want to know where every stick goes, and they really keep a tight rein on it. They came out and GPS'd his property to find out exactly how many acres he was going to have, and so he can't take the wood from his own orchard and then expand it because, well, he probably could if but there's a royalty. Anyway, they're just keeping a tight rein on it, and there is quite a royalty to be paid on each tree that they graft. It was really tough to even get the graft wood, and it was stored at a little town about 30 minutes from here. We wanted to go get it and store it here closer to home so it would be easier to grab when I was ready to come do the work, and they wouldn't let him move it. They wanted to keep it where they had control of it. It's a nice warm day today, going to be about 60. We don't have a lot of grafting left to do. Probably be done sometime next week, unless some more comes in, and that happens a lot of times. At the last minute somebody calls. They can find the wood. We can graft. We used to graft a lot longer season. We used to graft all the way up until about the middle of May. But I kind of like about a 6-week season anymore. Suits me just fine. That's long enough for Victor to be away from his family anyway. And if it works out for us financially, then that's fine. I'm going to kick off pretty soon, and y'all go with me. We'll go over and look at our next job and cut a couple of trees and make sure the bark's slipping. It's a little bit higher elevation than this one. So before I have the guy bring out his graft wood, I want to make sure that the bark's slipping and that we can do the grafting. About 500 trees here, and I think Victor and Jorge both grafting. They'll probably get it done today. So I'll finish up this bundle, and we'll be on our way. By the way, these buckets we use are asparagus buckets for picking asparagus, because you wear it on the belt. You've seen it on Victor's belt, and you can bend over and it doesn't tip and spill the wood out. We used to tie the bale up on a 5-gallon bucket and carry that out in the field. You'd set it down, do your grafting, pick it up, grab your signs, go to the next tree, set it down, graft and pick it up. And I went from in doing grapes. When we do grapes in California, for years we did thousands of acres of grapes, and my record was about 2,500 vines per day, 2 grafts each, and I'd cut 5,000 signs, but we'd cut 2 at a time and pass them to a guy that's placing them in a receiving. There's a guy in front that cuts a receiving slot. Then I'd cut 2 grafts, hand them to a placer. It's like passing a baton, and you're moving down the row, and he places them, and then they come and tape and paint behind you. And when we went from the 5-gallon bucket to these, my new record was 3,118 vines in a 9-hour day. I have no desire to do that today. But it was a lot of fun at the time. Well, I went out this morning and got the job started, showed Victor where the trees were and cut up some wood for him and got things kind of underway, and went and checked on another job, make sure the bark's slipping, and it is. Next job is going to be beautiful. Apples are so easy to graft. We just really can relax once we get into apples. Cherries, you got a very narrow window to get cherries done, so we're pretty intense during cherry season. We work 7 days a week, a lot, and until we get our cherries done. I like to have them done in the month of March. We got them wrapped up yesterday, so now things are a lot more relaxed. And it's noon, and I am back home. I called Victor, and he said he's got everything under control, and and he's laid me off for the rest of the day. So I've got a little plumbing issue that I need to work on here. I need to address here at my place, and then I might even come out here and tinker with the old rat rod a little bit. So sometimes it's good to be the boss. But I love going out there and working with Victor. I do. I love working in the field with those guys. But it's Friday and it's noon, and I paid some dues, and I think I'm going to just go ahead and take advantage of Victor's generosity and take the afternoon off and do something else. So appreciate you guys coming along. Thanks so much for watching these little videos, and I hope that there's been some information in some of these videos that y'all can use in your own backyard or your neighbor's backyard or whatever. So have a good one. See you tomorrow.